Today I'm gonna make some pizza on the grill. I've been proofing my pizza dough for a couple of hours and it's ready to shape. So go ahead and add some flour to your hand so that it won't stick. This is really poofy dough. If you don't wanna make your own, you can just buy some refrigerated dough. We're gonna just go ahead and shape it. So I'm just gonna create kind of a ridge around, and don't worry about busting these little bubbles. It will provide texture for the dough. This dough recipe actually came from the Paul Hollywood baking cookbook. He's the guy from the Great British Bake Off, and I've tried this dough before and it's really, really delicious. So when you're cooking pizza on the grill, you want to go ahead and cook it in stages. So the first thing we'll do is get it onto some foil so that it's easy to transfer. I've got 4 pieces of foil here. I'm gonna go ahead and oil it because you'll see in a little bit, I'm going to flip it onto the grill, okay? It's gonna make it a lot easier that way. And just go ahead and pull, make it a little bit thinner. You can actually turn your knuckles over, and because that rim was a little bit thicker, it will provide a little more room for stretch. Okay, and you can press it some more. Now, I like to add a little bit more olive oil here in anticipation of flipping it right onto the grill. It'll help keep it from sticking. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that with the other pieces. When making pizza on the grill, it's important all of your toppings are ready because the whole process comes together very quickly. So I'm gonna make some with pepperoni and I'm gonna do some with garlic and mushroom. And so when cooking on the grill, there's not a lot of time for all the mushrooms to cook. I don't have a pizza oven, so I'm just using a pellet smoker. If you have a pizza oven that gets super hot, you might not need to saute your mushrooms first, but I chose to do that. And then over here, I have some chopped garlic I did with my garlic prep tool. I cooked it in a little bit of butter, so it's kind of like a chunky garlic butter. I've got some pepperoni, my cheese is grated. It's time to head to the grill. The grill is hot. I've got my dough here. I'm just gonna go ahead and carefully flip it and then peel it back, just like that. We'll let it cook on one side for just about 3 to 5 minutes and we'll flip it for the next step. It's been a couple minutes. You can see there's bubbles on the dough. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a flip. Let it just cook for just a minute or so and then it will be ready to assemble. So these are ready to assemble. You don't cook them all the way, and whatever side goes down first will remain the bottom of the crust. I'm just gonna put some simple toppings on here. This is just a can of San Marzano tomatoes. I simply pureed them in the deluxe cooking blender. I did drain them first. So it's a very simple sauce. And then for this one, we'll do more of a mushroom, what kind of a white pizza. Okay, so we'll put some cheese, and I'll put some cheese over here. What do you like on your pizza? And have you grilled it before? Have you seen how wonderful that can be? So for here, we'll just do some of those sauteed mushrooms. These were Baby Bellas. And I've got some of that sauteed garlic that I did with butter. It smells amazing. And then I have some freshly grated Parmesan, just like that. And I'll put some Parmesan over here. And we'll do some pepperoni and mushroom on this one. So if you have a wood-fired pizza, you don't need to par-bake your crust, but because I don't, that's what I needed to do. And that means that I'll be able to cook it until the cheese gets melty and the crust will crisp up a bit. You want to just be careful for the remaining bake that you don't have too much heat to burn the bottom before the top cooks. There we go. And it's best with grilled pizza to go a little light on your ingredients. Okay, we're ready to put it back on. Okay, here's our pizza. Go ahead and slip it right on there. We'll wait for everything to get nice and melty, and it'll be ready. So we ate what we needed for dinner, and I've got these extra ones that I'm gonna put in the freezer for our own homemade frozen pizza. These are small enough that they fit inside of a freezer bag. I've labeled it, I've cooled it completely, and I'm simply gonna pick it up, put it in here. When we're ready to have it on another day, I can put it into the air fryer or into the oven. So there we go. Cooked once, and I'm gonna be able to have another couple of meals from it.